All right. Apparently we're live. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me check on the back end and see if we're going in. Yep. We are good. We are go. We are a go. We are live. We are back. What up, people? What's going on? We are back in the building on a Wednesday night. I am going live at a very strategic time here because in about 50, actually, no, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that my man Easy Eric, the tech preacher, goes live in at 9 Eastern, not 8 Eastern. So actually there's a 2 hour jump. We're not gonna be here 2 hours, but anyway, just wanted to drop in and say hello. When I try to go live, I try not to step on anybody's toes. So I thought Eric was going in an hour, but actually he's going in 2 hours. So never mind. It is what it is. But anyway, happy Wednesday. Glad that for those of y'all who drop in or catch the replay, appreciate y'all dropping in. Want to drop in today to talk a little bit about iPhone. Hey, what up, Joe? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping in with your boy, Brian. What's up, man? Good to see you. How you doing, man? Appreciate you being here, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you for that, Brian. Yeah, your boy Vyyyper is finally going back to work. Got a job. Got a job offer last week, so I'm going back to work next week. Now I just got to get some money, to build up the money to get there and pay these bills that I'm behind and do all that stuff. But yeah, we shall see what happens with that. Jonathan, what's up, man? Long time no see. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Appreciate you being here. What's going on, man? What's going on? What is happening? But the question, the thought, the conversation tonight is pretty simple. No, it's not. The drive is not the problem, Brian. It's the traffic in Chicago. Oh, and the parking downtown. That's the other thing. The parking is just, parking downtown Chicago is crazy. So that's a whole nother thing. T-Dot, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Appreciate you being here. What's going on, bro? What's going on? But the question is real simple, man. Y'all see it on the title of the live stream. Do we really need a thinner iPhone? That's my question. So there's been a lot of chatter about this iPhone 17 Air. And I think Sam Cole did a video about it, talking about it. But then there's a video on 9 to 5 Mac talking about 3 people or 3 reasons why they think it'll be a massive hit. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that my stuff is queued up. Boom. Okay, we're going to queue that up. Okay, no done. Hey, my man, the Norwegian sensation, Elvid. Hey, what's up, bro? Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Joe says a thinner phone will make it easier for them to make a folding phone. Yeah, there's been some rumors about the folding phone being in development too. So now that we're good here, let me go to my video capture device. Oh, wait, nope. And what am I doing here? Okay, let me go and unlock this. Where am I? Oh, this thing's being dumb. Wait, what the hell is going on right here? Hold on. What is happening? Okay, there we go. Whoop. All right, there we go. I'm like, what the hell is happening? So, we got 3 reasons that the iPhone 17 Air could be a massive hit. All right, so let's go through this. Number 1, ultra thin new design. I mean, yeah, the picture right here is Sam comparing the alleged iPhone 17 Air to the current iPhone 16 Pro. And it's thin, it's cool, but I talked to y'all about this before, right? If the phone is going to be thin at the expense of battery or other features that the phone could have if it wasn't for the thinness, I don't know if I want a thinner phone. Especially when you talk about, like I said, the expense of maybe a larger battery, maybe the expense of durability, maybe at the expense of having better cameras. These are not things that I want to sacrifice for a thinner phone. I'm sorry. One of the best things that happened with the iPhone 11 is that I think they made that phone thicker and they were able to put a few more bells and whistles into the iPhone 11 because they made it a little thicker. And I think that phone was better for it, much better for it. But now you're talking about going back to making a thinner iPhone, and I'm just like, really? Do we really need this? I don't know. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, they say, is a 6.6-inch display is just right. Now, I will definitely comment on the fact that I know there's a lot of people out there. Well, not a lot. There's a subsection, a subsector of people out there that want a smaller iPhone, a smaller screen. Yes, they exist. Even though the mini iPhones didn't sell that well and Apple ultimately discontinued them, there is a subsector of people out there that want a smaller display. So if the iPhone 17 Air is going to be a smaller display, I can't really argue with that. 6.6 inches seems to like, especially depending on the bezels and how wide or not wide the bezels are. 6.6-inch display probably going to feel just right to a lot of people. So I can't really argue this point. This point is pretty makes sense to me. The third reason they say is it feels like the future. And this is another thing. I mean, is it really gonna feel like the future if there are things missing? Like if it's missing a second or third camera, if it's missing maybe I don't know for sure, but maybe it doesn't have the action button or different things like that. Is it really gonna feel like the future if it's missing features that the other iPhones have? I don't know, man. I don't hold a phone or whatever, and just because the phone is thin, I'm just like, oh my God, this feels like the future. No. It's all about what that phone can do for me. What are the features that phone has as to whether or not I feel like it's the future, not the build quality or not how thin it is. Like, if the phone is thin, I'm like, damn, I hope I don't break it. I hope I don't drop it, stuff like that. I'm questioning the durability before I'm worried about the feature or the future of the phone, right? So, I don't know, man. I'm not sure if the futuristic appeal is going to be a selling point. What's going to sell the iPhone 17 Air is the price point, and the thinness might sell it, but more importantly, it's the price point, man. The price point is what's going to sell this phone. If it's priced correctly, then yeah. And again, I don't know what that's going to look like, because we know that even though right now the iPhone is catching a break from the tariff, if that's going to change, will that change? And if that change, will Apple try to price the iPhones in such a way that their pricing account for any potential change in tariff? So the pricing is really going to be a big point as to whether this thing sells or not, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be the thinness and the iPhone airness of it. No. How much does it cost, fam? How much does it cost? And what can it do in relation to how much it costs? Once we find that out, I think then we can have a better conversation about how viable an iPhone 17 Air is. But how much does it cost, fam? How much does it cost? That's what the people want to know. How much does it cost? Obviously, again, like they say here at the end of the article, we've been hearing rumors about this thing for a while. Now there's rumor mock-ups out there, like the one Sam has in this video that he did. And there's a growing expectation that Apple's going to release this iPhone 17 Air later on this year. But again, do we need a thinner iPhone? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't. I want an iPhone that's more, more functional. Give me more features. Give me a better zoom level on the camera. Give me a faster processor or something like that. Give me a better display. Something that I can definitely use on an iPhone that hasn't been done yet is an anti-glare display like Samsung has on the S25 series. Now, Apple does have something that they call nano texture on some of their like monitors and their iPads, but they haven't introduced that on their iPhones yet. So if you can give me something like a nano texture display on the iPhone where you can reduce the glare, I can benefit from that. But as far as a damn thinner iPhone, I ain't got time for that, bro. Ain't nobody got time, bro. Like Jonathan says, will it bend, man? Will it bend? We don't need iPhone 6 again. T-Dot said, no, we don't need it, but yes, it will be a hit. Sad but true. People will buy because it's something different, but we know the thing. I don't know, man. Like I said, I think it really depends on the price. People are going to have to find out how much it is, and if it fits into their price point, then it'll sell. But if it's overpriced, I don't know how much it's going to sell, especially if it's lacking feature from the iPhone Pros and the regular iPhones. I don't know. Joe said, we aren't the target audience. We're nerds who want all the features. This is a fashion statement. Nothing wrong with that, but not for us. I don't even know if I would call it a fashion statement, man. I mean, I guess it could be a fashion statement, but I don't know, yo. I don't know. Elvis says, no matter how thin or folding it is, it's still going to be just an iPhone. Here you go. Yes, Elvis, it is an iPhone. It is always going to be an iPhone. I think at this point, we need to accept the fact that iPhone is not going to become Android and Android is not going to become iPhone. Although, it does seem like with every iteration of iOS, it does journey deeper into the Android dark side. So there seems to be a congruence of features and functionality between iOS and Android a little bit, but there's not a complete merging of the ideologies. Although again, you know, they are out there for sure. All right. Before I go any further, again, I appreciate y'all being here, and thank you guys for rocking out with your boy. Um, if you can help your boy get back to work and donating different things like that, I do have a link posted at the top of your live chat. So if you want to click that link and donate, you are more than willing and able. That would be greatly appreciated. Doesn't matter how much you donate, no matter how big or no matter how small, whatever you could donate will be greatly, greatly appreciated, man. As I try to get back on my feet here. But the link is pinned at the top of your live chat window, so definitely click on that if you are willing and able. Joe says, if you want the cheap phone, you got the 16E. If you want the best phone, you got the Pro. This is for people who like the aesthetic. I mean, I get it. I do. But ultimately, man, maybe I'm just because this is just me being a tech nerd. But ultimately, for me, I'm more worried or I'm more concerned about what the phone can do for me as opposed to how it looks. Like, I don't care how it looks because most of the time it's going to be in a case. So the aesthetics don't do much for me because I'm protecting my phone. I'm not carrying my phone without a case more often than not. And I think a lot of people, I would say more people did not carry their iPhone in a case. So if you consider how many people carry their phone in a case as opposed to how many don't carry their phone in a case, I think many more carry it in a case than don't carry it in a case. The aesthetic means nothing because it's being covered up by protection anyway. So ultimately, the aesthetic goes out the window if you put a case on it. And that brings me back to what can the phone do? How good is the camera? How good is the battery? What's the feature set? Different things like that. Things that are more practical that will aid me in my day-to-day as an iPhone customer, right? That is what I'm worried about. I'm not caring about the aesthetic. The aesthetic means nothing. It could be pretty. It could have a good build quality. I mean, having a nice build quality is good. Don't get me wrong. But again, if we're talking about aesthetics, that is like so low on my priority when it comes to phones that, again, it might be just me being a tech nerd thing, but the aesthetic, I don't care about the aesthetic. And again, okay, so you say that, Joe, you say I'm not the target audience. But again, I just told you that more people put a case on their phone than don't. So if you think about how thin the phone is supposedly going to be, right? Well, if you put a case on it, it kind of mitigates some of that thinness. So actually, you know what? Let's do research. Actually, you know what? Let me ask. Let me go to the AI bot here. Let's go to ChatGPT. Now, I can't pay for this. I gotta use ChatGPT 4.0 or 4.0 mini, which is not the most up-to-date version, but let's just still answer the question. Okay, let me just ask ChatGPT real quick. What percentage of people carry their phone in a case as opposed? Actually, I could show y'all while I'm doing this. Where we are? Where in the, all right, there it is. What the hell, man? Come on. Whoop. All right. What the? Whoa. Okay, what the hell? What am I doing? Clearly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, I just completely fudged that up. Hold on, wait. Okay, cool. All right, so go back to my. Hold on, wait. I am bugging out right now. Okay. Why are you move? Okay. All right, so what the what the hell just happened to my video? What the hell? Wait a minute. Hold on, time out. Uh-oh. What just happened here? Oh, that's that. Sorry, y'all. I'm like really tripping here. Okay, where? All right, what happened to the video capture? What the hell happened to my video? Okay. Hold on. What the? How in the hell? Why in the hell? Oh my lord. How did I do that? Oh man, what is going on right now? Hold on. Okay. This is stupid. Can you like redo yourself? Can we it's so stupid. Why won't it? Does anybody know how to turn this around in OBS? Like, Lord have mercy. What are we doing here? How did it even happen? What the hell? Usually you could just, is there like a pivot point? I don't know if there's a pivot. Oh, yeah, it is right there. I'm an idiot. Wait, no. No, right there. Ain't that it? Wait, how's that not the pivot point? All right, hold on. Let's lock the window. Let me go back to the video. And I like not, there we go. Pivot, boom, there we go. All right. Good Lord. This is stupid. All right. So now that we got that out the way, back to what I was doing. All right. What percentage of people carry their phone in a case as opposed to those who don't? All right, let's do a chat GPT has to say about this. I'm just curious here. All right, so as of the latest data available in 2023, obviously this is a little old, it is estimated that 75 to 80% of smartphone users carry their phone in a case. So think about that. As of 2023, 80% of people use a case according to ChatGPT. This reflects the percentage for protection against drops and damages. The remaining 20 to 25% tend to use their phone without a case, often prioritizing aesthetics or the original design of the phone. These numbers can vary based on factors such as region, age, and personal preference. For the most accurate statistics, you might want to look at recent surveys or studies conducted by market research firms. Okay. All right, Joe says a thin phone in a case is still going to be thinner than a thick phone in a case. True, but I'm talking about your aesthetic argument. Your aesthetic argument goes out the window the moment somebody puts a case on that phone. I mean, yeah, it may, to your point, you are correct in the fact that it will still be thinner than a thicker phone in the case, but the aesthetic, like them looking like them enjoying the aesthetics, that if you put a case on it, your aesthetics are gone. They're out the window. So that's all I'm saying. But I get your point though. Hey, Eve Jonathan says I'm a member of Team Case here. So yeah, absolutely, man. Me too. I got a case on my iPhone right now, right? Let me see if I can pull this up far enough to show y'all. Case on the phone. We are rocking the Torres case with the case stand. This bad boy right here. This thing is amazing. Actually, I don't know if I made a video about this. If I made a video about this case, I need to make a video about this case. I don't think I'd have. But I need to make a video about this case. This case is amazing. I love the case. I've been rocking this case pretty much since day one. But yeah. So there you go. Now, again, this is data from 2023. But I don't think it's changed much from 2023. I think it's still the fact that, yeah, this is the way it is. So more people carry their phone in a case than not, I would guess. And again, when you put a case on your phone, the whole worrying about aesthetics thing, in my opinion, pretty much goes out the window the moment they put a case on the phone. So it's interesting. So again, do we need a thinner iPhone? I don't know. Is it going to sell? Of course it's going to sell. It's an Apple product. Apple products are going to sell. That's just what they do. But I don't know. I just feel like it's necessary, right? Like it's necessary. In other news, though, in other Apple news, apparently, according to Mark Gurman, Apple had to pay some, or it was ruled in court that Apple is going to have to pay some money over to Epic, man. Let me check this out real quick. Let's see. All right, let's go back here and let's do this. Win video capture. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, so according to Mark Gurman, here, he's a judge. The first tweet says on Epic Games has won a motion for California court to force injunction against Apple related to App Store policies. The judge is referring Apple to Attorney General for criminal contempt of court probe. And then he said, judge tells Apple to stop charging commissions on purchases made outside of the App Store, currently a 27% cut. And says the company's VP of Finance, Alex Roman, lied under oath. Wow. Lied under oath. Woo. She said Phil Schiller didn't want to take a percentage on out-of-store purchases, but was overruled by CEO and CFO. Firstly, how the hell, I never knew that Apple was taking cuts on purchases made outside of the App Store. How is that even possible? Like, if I, so you mean to tell me, right? So if maybe I'm understanding this incorrectly. So you mean to tell me, right? If I sign up for a Netflix subscription from Netflix.com, Apple gets a cut, even though Netflix doesn't have in-app purchases on their iPhone app. That makes no sense. That I must be understanding this incorrectly, because there's no way in hell that will fly with anybody. Like, if they're not making in-app purchases, I'm not sure how Apple can take money from purchases outside of the App Store. Like, how does that make sense? That makes no sense to me. That can't even be legal. Like, I mean, if that's the case, then of course Apple's losing this. Like, what the hell is going on, fam? Like, how does that work? Like, what the hell? Whoa. Oh, okay. So Joe says no. It's if you direct your user to your flow from an app. Oh, okay. Even still, though, directing users to a different flow should not constitute Apple getting a cut. Like, that shit crazy to me. Now, obviously, Apple probably has rules in place to prevent that because Apple wants to make the money. But yeah, they got to crack down on that, fam. That is some shady, illegal stuff Apple is doing, if that's the case. And they should be cracked down on that. That's ridiculous, bro. Like, you can't. What? Are you kidding me? This? So yeah, I don't know about this, yo. There's some crazy stuff going on right here. This is crazy. But yeah, apparently Apple is going to have to quit that stuff. Epic is apparently Epic won the case in California, and Apple's going to have to take it up with the Supreme Court. So, but again, I mean, Apple may ultimately win out because I don't know if y'all been keeping up with U.S. politics lately, but the Supreme Court and pretty much people appointed by Donald Trump at this point. And we know how tight Tim and Donald are. So Apple might be okay. I don't know, but that's still some shady stuff going on. I don't care anybody. That's some shady ass stuff Apple's doing. What are we doing? Why? What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? All right, Brad says 2 things. Likely phone will fail bin test, and that will be a whole thing. Second, likely this is almost done just to differentiate from the base iPhone Plus side for a higher refresh screen rate inclusion. We don't even know if the Air is going to have a high refresh rate. I mean, again, we don't know how the phone is going to be priced compared to the other iPhones in the lineup. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Elvis says, I do use the case that was in the box of my Honor Magic V3 just because it got a kickstand and it looks good. On my Xiaomi 15 Ultra, I just can't use the case because it looks so good. So on one hand, you want that protection, but on the other hand, you live in that dark life, yo. You live in that brave heart. You live in that brave life. It'll be like he on the wild side, yo. He on the wild side. Hey, I respect it, bro. Do your thing, man. Do what you got to do, bro. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do, my guy. bro. Tell you, man. Crazy out here. But yeah, man, I can't believe that Apple was taking money from app developers just because they were directing customers to pay for the app outside of the App Store. That is some dumb stuff, yo. And you know what the funny thing is? It ain't like Apple need the money. Apple's making money hand over foot in other ways. They don't need to like bully app developers. I mean, they could easily cut their revenue percentages down to like 5 or 10% and still be fine. Like, I know back in the day it was 30. I don't know if it's still 30% that they take today. I know back in the day it was 30. I think they might have decreased it to 15%. I'm not sure. But the fact that Apple takes so much money from the app developers is kind of crazy given how much money Apple makes anyway. Like, bro, you got too many other ways to make money to be trying to strangle developers, bro. It's kind of nuts. It's crazy, man. I mean, I get it, Joe. I get it. But I feel like Apple has other ways to make money besides trying to take the money from app developers, Joe. I feel like they can lower those percentages and still be just fine. Like, I don't know what the app. Let me Google it. Let's try to Google it. Let's see. What is the current Apple App Store revenue cut? 2025. Okay. Joe said, you know what's better than making money? Making even more money. Oh, I bet. Okay, so AI is giving me an answer, but I don't know if I like the answer. I don't know if AI's answer is correct. So according to the AI answer from Google, if you make 1 million or less per year on the App Store, Apple takes 15%. But if you make 1 million or more, they take 30% of your app revenue. I don't know if that's correct because AI likes to lie a lot, and I'm not getting an official number anywhere else here. Let's see. Oh, Joe said that's correct. Okay, so Joe said the AI is correct. All right, so I trust Joe more than I trust the AI. So yeah, so if you're earning less than $1 million as a developer, you only have to pay 15% cut. But if you're making more than $1 million, you're paying 30% cut. Yeah, I feel like Apple could lower that on both accounts. I feel like they could lower it to 5% for $1 million or less, and 15% for over $1 million. They could lower that, and they could lower that and still be fine, fam. That is crazy what they're doing to app developers. But I mean, obviously, if you're making $1 million a month or whatever, or $1 million a year or whatever, you're probably fine with the 30%. I mean, you got to be fine. They don't really give you a choice, but still, if you're like a small developer, let's say you're making $1 million exactly. So you make $1 million exactly, or let's say actually it'll be 1.1 million, right? So if you're making $1.1 million a year out of your app, you got to pay Apple what, some $300,000? That is craziness. That is mind boggling. You got to pay Apple over $300,000 if you make $1 million or 1.1 million. You got to pay them over $300,000. That is crazy as hell, bro. That is nuts. Scott, what's up, man? Scott said, forget a thin iPhone. I want a smaller iPhone. I missed the 5.8x days. Listen, man. Listen, Scott. We tried this, bro. We tried this, and y'all didn't buy the damn phone, okay? Blame your peers. Apple tried giving y'all the iPhone minis, and y'all did not respond. Y'all did not show up, okay? So, while I completely understand that there's a subsector of people out there that want a smaller iPhone, we tried it. Y'all didn't show up. They discontinued it, and it's over. It's not coming back, yo. It's not coming back. But, you might get away with rocking with the iPhone 17 Air. That might be the next best thing for you, man. Now, or the iPhone 16e, maybe. That might be. That's another weaker version. But yeah. So that's the other thing, right? The iPhone 16e is $699, right? I think it's $700 off jump. So it's $600 off jump. And then where do you slot in the 17 Air in that, right? Because not only are you going to have the 17 Air, you got the 17 Air, and then you got to have a 17, and then the 17 Pro and Pro Max, right? So if the 16e starts at $600, that means the 17 Air might start at $700 or $800 or whatever. It's a lot going on, yo. Apple got a lot going on. Hey, Gwendolyn G, what's up? How you doing, Gwendolyn? Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, man. It's almost been a year since I've been on somebody's job site. So I'm glad to be going back to work. Although, like I said, now I just need money to get to work and pay these bills and whatnot. So again, if you guys are willing and able to donate via PayPal, there is a link pinned at the top of your live chat. Just click the link and that will allow you to donate. And again, if you can, it doesn't matter how much you donate, no matter how big or how small your donation is, every dollar counts. So if you are willing and able, please consider hitting the link and donating to your boy to help me get to work next week. So that would be great. But I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Joe says, I also want a smaller Pro iPhone, but I'm in a minority. It is what it is. Now, you know what? That's an interesting thing, right? Because the biggest complaints I heard about the iPhone mini was that it was not a iPhone mini Pro. And I know there's a lot of people out there that would like a Pro style iPhone mini. I just wonder, with everything that Apple passed into the Pro iPhones, is it physically possible to make a phone like that? With all the technology that's in the Pro level iPhones, is it possible for them to make a mini iPhone with all the bells and whistles? I don't know if it's possible, man. I don't know if physics would allow that. Not to mention, if they did do it, that phone would be more expensive to begin with. So, I mean, you probably paying damn near the same thing as you would for a regular size Pro iPhone at that point, because it ain't gonna be that much cheaper, to be honest with you. So I don't know. You ain't lying, man. He said, honestly, the iPhone lineup is already confusing enough. We don't need more iPhones. Yeah, man. So if the lineup stays as currently constructed, right? You're gonna have the iPhone 16e, then you got the iPhone 17 Air, and then the iPhone 17, and then you may or may not have an iPhone 17 Plus. Keep up with me now. Then we got the iPhone 17 Pro, and then you got the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I mean, damn, I lost count. How many iPhones was that? Like, okay, 16e, 17, 17. Oh no, 17. Oh, okay, think. Oh, download. I'm getting confused already. Right. Let me try this again. So you got the 16E, 17 Air, 17, 17 Plus, or we are up to 4, 17 Pro, Pro Max. So 7 iPhones. I think it was 6 and 7. So it's about 6 or 7 SKUs. Bro, no. Like, I remember LeBaron talking about this not too long ago. LB, he was like, Apple has too many SKUs. Yo, we need to go back to the old days where it's like 1 or 2 SKUs and that was it, you know. Man, I got like 6 and 7 SKUs. It's kind of crazy, bro. It is ridiculous. I agree. It's crazy. Joseph, between the iPhone and the iPad, you need a master's degree just to figure out what to buy, right? I mean, they got like 4 or 5 iPad SKUs too. It's nuts. It's crazy, man. Actually, you know what? That's actually a good indication of how they're gonna fit this iPhone in. Let me go to Apple.com here. Let me go to Apple.com. All right, so let's see. All right, I'm gonna take y'all on the journey with me real quick so we can figure this out, the pricing thing, right? Okay, so we're on Apple.com. All right, so if we talk about iPad, right? You got iPad Mini, iPad, iPad Air, iPad Pro. So the iPad Air is the one right below the Pro. So if Apple continues to keep up their product naming conventions, the iPhone 17 Air will be the one right below the Pro. Or right, you're right below the Pro, but it'll cost more than the Air, right? So the iPad, how much the iPad starts at, right? So we go buy here. We click the buy button. The iPad, just give me a price, man. Damn. All right, so the iPad, if I can find a price, that'd be great. Starts at $349 Wi-Fi, right? $349. So you got $349 iPad, right? And then if you go to the iPad Air, the iPad Air starts at $549. So a $200 more than the regular iPad, right? So again, regular iPad starts at $349. Oh my God, what are we doing? $349. Here we go. So $349. But here's the weird thing, right? You got an iPad Mini that costs more than the iPad regular, right? But we'll omit the Mini because the Mini doesn't really matter in this conversation, right? So iPad regular $349, iPad Air $599, and then $999 for the iPad Pro. So we think about how Apple could price the iPhone 17 Air. If the regular iPhones, I think, how much did the iPhone start at last year? Like what, $999 or whatever? I think $999. Actually, I gotta look at them myself. So we go to the iPhone route here, right? So we talk about the iPhone 16. The iPhone 16 starts at $799. So the iPhone 16 starts at $799. But what about the iPhone 16 Pro? I think it starts at $999 if I'm not mistaken. 16 Pro, $999, right? So if we go with the way Apple have priced the iPad Air is you're probably looking at a $900 starting price point for the iPad Air because it'll be right in between the iPad or the iPhone Pro and the iPhone regular. So if you put the iPhone Air right between them, you're looking at $900. But again, we don't know what the exact pricing will be because of tariffs and everything like that, even though the iPhones are exempt from tariffs right now. But again, Apple might price those to adjust for any changes that could happen on tariff. But as of right now, if the prices stay the same, you're looking at possibly a $900 iPhone Air, iPhone 17 Air, $900. Yeah, I'm not, fam. Nah, bro. Nah, fam. Nah, man. Nah, man. Nah, bro. What up, James? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping in. But yeah, $900 starting price for the iPhone 17 Air. Absolutely not. Bro, get out of here. Stop playing, fam. Stop playing, bro. For a thinner iPhone that's probably going to be missing features, no. Nah, man. Nah. I was born at night, not last night, bro. No. We're not doing that, man. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that here. I mean, if you like your phone thin as a slice of bread, it ain't gonna be fire. Absolutely. I just don't know how feasible it is if it's gonna be missing features compared to the regular iPhone, right? Because if it's that thin, it's going to be missing some features because the physics of it won't allow them to cram that many features into the iPhone Air. You can't do it, fam. You can't do it. So if it's going to start at $900 and we're basing off of how they price the iPad, then I don't know. I definitely cannot condone a $900 iPhone that's going to be missing features. And the whole biggest selling point is it's thinner. Get the hell out of here. You better miss me completely with this nonsense, yo. Miss me completely with the nonsense, okay? We not interested, bro. We not interested in that, bro. We ain't having all that. We not interested, bro. Okay. We're not interested. We ain't having it. No, thank you. Okay. No, thank you. All right. What is going on here? Vyyyper, you are underestimating how vain and materialistic consumers are. I mean, you're correct, but I am not underestimating people's wallets, and I have to believe that people are going to probably balk. I think people are going to balk, assuming now this is all assumptions, right? Assuming the iPhone 17 Air starts at $900. I don't know if that's going to sell that many units, bro. I don't know. That's too much, man. That's too much for a phone that's not going to have the full feature set. That's too much, bro. Now, I could be wrong, and it could be priced differently, and then we'll have to revisit this conversation. But until we know what the official price is, I mean, I'm just guessing based off of the current pricing of the iPads, the iPhone Air is going to be starting at $900, $899. Because the iPhone 16 starts at $799, and the iPhone 16 Pro starts at $999. And if you slot the Air in between those, that means the iPhone Air is going to be $899. And it's like, yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that, fam. I don't know about that, bro. Yeah, gonna be a lot of people lighter in the pockets, yo. Assuming they can afford to be lighter in the pockets, yo. Because just because you can, just because the phone's out there doesn't mean that people are going to go rush and buy one, or they can even afford to rush and buy one, yo. It's not all peaches and cream sometimes, man. It's not all sweet. So I don't know, yo. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Again, not for me, but like Joe said, I am not the target audience, so it ain't for me. But you know, if there are people out there that are in the market for a new iPhone and they want something thinner and lighter, then they got their chance. They got their chance, fam. They got their chance. Joe says, it's so thin and cute, I want one is a more convincing argument than you think. People out here spending thousands on handbags. People out here spending thousands on handbags because of a logo. You don't think they will spend $900 on this? I mean, that handbag is like one-on-one though, man. You talk about 6 SKUs for the iPhone. There's 6 different flavors of iPhone, dude. And there's iPhones out there that are going to be cheaper than that one. So I don't know, Joe. I don't know if it's that simple. Like with the handbag, it's like 101. But with the iPhone, it's like 1 of 6. I don't know, yo. I don't know. Again, I could be wrong. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be worth it for most people to do that. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, let's see. Any other Apple news? Any other Apple stuff going on? Let's see. What else is going on? Let's go around the Mac rumors real quick. See what's going on. Jonathan said more money, less features because Apple courage. Oh man, let's not go with the courage stuff. Let's not start on the courage stuff, bro. Let's not start on the courage stuff, man. That's gonna be crazy out here. Jason, what if they got the battery life and what if they got the battery life and it's lighter in the pocket? Better battery life than the 16E. I mean, if it had better battery life, then I guess you could maybe convince some people. I guess. Man, I heard something about that. I think so. Maybe I don't really keep up with Fortnite like that, so I don't know. But I heard that might be a thing. Charles said no. Like for makes a lot of sense. I need more thick and juicy. Exactly right. See, Charles understands, man. Lighter iPhone, get out of here, bro. Give me the thick iPhone with all the features, yo. I want the thick iPhone with all of the bells and whistles. But again, as Joe said earlier, Vyyyper is not the target audience. I am the man about tech. I need the best of the best. I'm not gonna be messing with no bougie iPhone Air. I'm not doing that. But hey, if you are of the thinner persuasion, or if you want a phone of the thinner persuasion, excuse me, that was so bad. If you want a phone of the thinner persuasion, then the iPhone is for you, man. The iPhone Air is for you. It ain't for me, man. You know what the most interesting thing about iPhones are going to be this year, though? The C1 modem that they put in the 16E. We don't even know if they're going to put that in the iPhone 17 yet. I haven't heard anything about that. Now, obviously, I think they were using the 16E as testing. And by all accounts, it tested pretty well. But are they going to put that C1 modem in the 17 series? I do wonder about that because I think that's going to be a big risk because obviously not a lot of people are going to notice a modem change on a 16E. But when you talk selling the regular iPhone with that new modem, if that thing ain't hidden, oh boy, it is going to become a new story. Oh yeah. Joseph, I don't think that modem supports multi-millimeter wave, so probably no go for the Pro. Yeah, that's the other thing. If the C1 doesn't support wave, you can't do it, yo. You can't even do it, bro. You can't even do it. So yeah. And again, I think it needs a little bit more time in the oven before they bring it to a Pro iPhone. Probably. You already said that, man. You you already said that. Why are you repeating yourself? You said that already. We know. We got it. We got you, bro. We got you. What else is going on here? Anyway, if y'all got any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the chat, man. We're hanging out today. Figure out what to drop in, see what's going on with y'all, see what's happening, see how you been, all of the things, man. Appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with your boy. Been a couple of weeks, but we back in the building. So let me know, yeah. Let me know. Oh man. Woo-wee! Man. I mean, I think it's gonna be interesting, with the tech scene in general, with everybody reacting to these tariffs and different things of that nature. It could be a very interesting fall around here to see how companies try to adjust to the impending tariff. Again, even though smartphones and computers are exempt right now, but we don't know if that exemption is going to change. And I think one of y'all told me that there's going to be a special tariff for electronics, so they're not going to be exempt forever. So we're going to see what these companies do to account for the potential change in tariff there. So I don't know. James said wave isn't on the new 16 series. Last time I checked, and I know they're not on the new iPhone, new iPad. No, the wave is on the 16 series. We're talking about the 17 series. The C1 chip that's in the iPhone 16e does not support wave 5G. So that's why Joe said earlier that the iPhone 17 Pro line probably won't have the new C1 modem because that modem, as of now, does not support multi-millimeter wave. So, which makes sense because again, if you're selling me the best iPhone and charging me the most for the best iPhone, I better have wave on that bad boy. Otherwise, we gotta talk, boy. We gotta have an uncomfortable conversation in here, fam. It is what it is. Joe said it probably changed 10 times how you stated your last sentence. Talk about the tariff. Woo. He said, what about the iPhone 20th anniversary edition? Well, what about, I don't know. Joe said there's no policy, only chaos. All right, we got Shabham here. It says, what's your call on used iPhones? Should I think of getting one? What things should I keep in mind? Ooh, I mean, I would only buy used iPhone from trusted sources, like Amazon Renew. They have a great program, or Apple Refurbished. They will be a good place, because they have checked those phones and certified them to make sure that they are good to go for the resale. I don't know if I would trust buying one off of eBay or nothing like that. The only other place where I would buy a used iPhone from is a tech person, somebody that you notice in tech YouTube or whatever, or a techie that take care of their phone and they buy a new phone every year, so they got to sell their old one. I buy one from them. But other than that, I would not buy a used phone from anywhere else outside of Apple, Amazon, or a tech person that's reputable. Other than that, I wouldn't trust anybody else, man. I wouldn't do it. Because you don't know what the hell people be doing with their phones. And like I said, you try to buy something off like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, I wouldn't do it, bro. I wouldn't do it. So you can do it if you can find a reputable place to buy it. I mean, that's probably a good look. Because I mean, some of these techies be giving you amazing deals on tech that they no longer need, because if they're a tech YouTuber, they get a crap ton of tech and they try to get rid of that stuff anyway. So sometimes they price things to get the hell out of there. So you get some good deals that way. Joe says, I have four refurbished HomePods that I got from Apple directly. Saved good money. They were in new condition and worked beautifully. Yeah, Apple Refurb, like I said, they check those products to make sure that they are good to go and ready and rock and roll. I think the big thing with buying used phones is the battery health. Obviously, you want to make sure that the battery health is still high, depending on how old the phone is. Now, if the phone is older than 2 years old, the battery health probably took a hit. And when I take battery health, I'm talking about like when you buy a new phone, right? And you go into settings. Actually, I could show y'all this right here. Hold on. When you buy a new phone and go into settings, it will tell you the battery capacity, battery health, right? Let me see if I can find it for you real quick. So I got an iPhone 16 Pro here in my hand, a 16 Pro Max, excuse me, which I got at launch last year. So if I can find the damn battery settings and go to battery health. Okay, so here we go. So right now, I got this phone a few months ago, and when the iPhone launched in September. So if you check out my battery health, we are currently at 100% maximum capacity. Well, maximum capacity 100%. So obviously that makes sense because again, the phone is fairly new. I brought it a few months ago, and it's 100%. But again, when you're buying used, that battery capacity is probably not going to be 100% anymore. So you need to make sure that it's pretty high when you buy one. I would not buy a phone with battery capacity less than 90%. If it's less than 90%, I would not buy it. Just don't do it to yourself. Just go get a new one at that point. But definitely you want to check that before you buy any used phone. Unless, like I said, from Apple or Amazon, then you'll be good to go. But if you're buying it off somebody, make sure they show you what that battery capacity is before you buy it, bro. But yeah, take care of yourself out here, bro. Take care of yourselves out here. Don't get gat, man. Don't get gat. Joe says you could always just pay Apple to replace the battery if you buy a used phone with a bad battery. Yeah, you can do that too, although that's kind of a hassle. But yeah, you could do that. But the other thing is that's not your money. Now, it's not a lot of extra money these days, but it's still extra money that you got to come out of your pocket if you got to replace the bad battery. But that's definitely an option as well. Just have an Apple replace the battery and you're good to go. But yeah, just make sure you don't get gat out there, yo. There's some criminals out here, yo. There's some criminals out here. Don't get gat, man. Don't get gat. All right. Any other question, comments, anything y'all want to talk about, feel free to throw it in the chat, man. Again, if you guys are willing and able and can help your boy out with some funds, please consider hitting the link that is pinned at the top of your live chat. It is the link to the donate via PayPal. Doesn't matter what you donate, no matter how small, how big, whatever the case may be. If you can donate, please consider hitting the link at the top of your live chat and help your boy out if you're willing and able. Appreciate all y'all that have donated up to this point. You have no idea how much you have helped me out, man. So thank y'all for those of you all who have donated in the past. But if you all can help your boy out, there's a link pinned at the top of the chat that will take you to the donation page, so you can do that if you are willing and able. Let me see what else is going on here. I'm really getting to the point, to be honest with you, I'm really getting to the point where I'm probably got to start live streaming every day so I can raise money to get to work. Right now, we're not really where we need to be with that. So you might see me live here more often than not, so I can raise some money. So don't be surprised if you see some more notifications that we on here live and me trying to like hang out with y'all and trying to raise money. So yeah, definitely gonna be doing some more of that for sure. So yeah, we're probably gonna be back here tomorrow night and Friday and Saturday and wherever else it takes, so I get some relevant money to be able to get to work and all that stuff and pay bills. All right, Subhom says, is iPhone 13 series still good to go in 2025, or should I go for 14 or 15? Again, I would say it depends on what the battery health is of that iPhone 13. The iPhone 13 is fine. But the battery health is going to be your biggest concern. Make sure you're buying a phone with a good battery in it. If that's the case, then you're good. Make sure your battery health is good, bro. Make sure your battery health is good. If you can go for a 14 or 15, obviously that'll be better because those are newer. But a 13 series is fine. It should be good. It's still going to be supported for at least another year or two, so you'll be all right. Let's see. LLB says, it's been a while since I tuned in live. Now that you're back to work, what is one item that you had to sell during unemployment that you plan to rebuy? Man. Funny that you asked it, because when you are unemployed and making no money and you have to sell a lot of stuff, it really shows you what you really truly need and don't need. And I realized there's a lot of things that I just don't need that I had, but something that I plan on buying back. I don't know if I'll put it this way, right? For the longest time, I've been using one device, And only device that I have right now is my iPhone 16 Pro Max. But when I start to build up the money, I'm definitely going to get an S25 Ultra. I've been wanting that phone for the longest time, but obviously I couldn't buy it because I have no money and I'm unemployed. But when I get the money up, I'm definitely getting an S25 Ultra. That's probably like the first thing that I'm going to buy. It won't be a rebuy, obviously, but it'll be the first thing I buy when I actually get my money up because I've been wanting that thing. So I've been eyeing the S25 Ultra because I think that's a great device. I want one. So I'm probably going to get that. But other than that, I don't really know, dude. I don't really know. James says, what about that redesign on the iPhone 17 Pro Max? Man, it looks hideous, bro. Man, let me see if I can do this up. Let me see if I can do this up. Let me give me a second here. iPhone. I still have doubts that that's how the phone will actually look, and it's still pretty early in the year, so it might not even look like that. But it looks hideous, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, how is that the final design? That's terrible. All right, so yeah, if we look at it like this, we're gonna turn back the curtain here. Gonna turn back the curtain here. So that is the rumor. Well, not really the two-tone thing, but that's the rumored iPhone 17 Pro Max with that camera bump. That camera bump looks hideous, fam. What are we doing? Why is that the final design? That looks terrible. And you know what's gonna happen too, right? If this is the real design, if this is the thing that Apple is going with, you know that Android manufacturers are going to copy it. It's hideous. God, please, no. No. God, no. Please don't do this, Apple. We don't need a bunch of these babies out in the wild. This is terrible. It looks bad and terrible. Don't do it, Apple. Don't do it. It's terrible, fam. Oh, my Lord. If all the phones are going to look like this, I'm going to puke. I might puke, fam. I might puke, okay? If they're all looking like this, I might puke. Because this design, that camera bump looks terrible. It looks bad. Don't do that to me. Just don't do that to me, yo. Don't do that to me, boy. I can't take that. That's a bad look, man. That's a bad look. So I'm not interested, man. I'm not interested. Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you dropping in. Hey, how did you find me? Like, if this is your first time on my live stream, how did you find me exactly? Because these live streams don't really I don't really optimize these to be found. So if you're still here, I'm curious how you found me. How did you find Vyyyper? James says your old iPhone is going to be old automatically. I mean, I guess. I mean, hell, it's still work, but that new design is not getting it, man. It's not hitting it for me at all. Elvin says, I think it's weird that big companies like Samsung and Apple still don't use the way more silicon carbon batteries in their flagship. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think more. It seems like they're using them more overseas, but yeah, companies here in the U.S. they haven't really adapted them yet. Probably because money. I guess they don't want to invest more money in the batteries, and when the older batteries are still working the way they're working. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see that anytime soon, but I know it's supposed to be down the way. So we'll see. We shall see. LLB said I was going to hold out for the Pixel 10 Pro XL, but ended up getting the S25 Ultra. So far, so good. Yeah, man, that S25 Ultra, I want that, man. I want that. TJ, what's up, man? How you been? Appreciate you. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well, man. I haven't heard from you in a cool little minute, bro. How you been? I've been going through it, bro. I've been unemployed for about a year, almost a year now, but I finally got a job. Supposedly going back to work next week, finally. So yeah, things are starting to get better. But I appreciate you asking, man. But so thank you for that. Thank you. Also, shout out to the person that just donated $50, man. Thank you for the donation. Again, greatly appreciate it. Again, y'all don't know how much these donations help, man. So thank you to whoever just donated. It came up anonymous. So thank you, anonymous donor. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, if you all can help out and you want to donate via your boy, there is a link pinned to the top of your live chat window. Click on the link and they will allow you to donate via PayPal to your boy. Again, I don't care how much you donate, no matter how small, how big, whatever you could donate. Greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I'm probably gonna be going live every day to try to raise money because don't have enough to even get to work next week. So, and to pay all the bills I got to pay and all that. So I'm trying to raise as much money as I can so I can like make it to work, pay the bills, and do all the things. So whatever you guys can donate, be greatly appreciated. If you are willing and able. Again, the link is pinned at the top of the live chat window. Just click on it and then I'll take you to the donation page. I popped up on your feed, really? Oh, you know what? Actually, I wonder. Do you watch? I guess I'm guessing you. I popped up on your feed because I'm guessing you watch tech YouTube. You must watch tech YouTube because that's the only excuse that I can see for me popping up on your feed. Like, again, because this live stream's not optimized. The only optimization is that iPhone is in the title. So maybe because you watch tech YouTube, they recommended me to you. That is fascinating. That is very fascinating to me. That's pretty cool, though. However, whatever the case, though, I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you being here. James, will you upgrade to the iPhone 17 Pro Max? I don't know, man. It depends on how my money's looking at the time. I don't know. I really don't. I can't really say with certainty if I am or not. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Now, obviously, the cool thing, though, is that this iPhone is completely paid off. So I can trade it in and get a new iPhone if I want to do that. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. So, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. What in the hell? Okay. What just happened? Hold on. I need to check something real quick. But yeah, I'm not sure, bro. I am not sure. Now I'm overdrawn. How am I overdrawn? What the hell just happened? Oh, Adobe. Okay. Hey, what's up, Spike Road? Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. Thank you. Your boy going back into the IT world next week. Going back to what I was doing before I started working for vidIQ. So you gotta get a job. You gotta get a job, bro. So appreciate you, but thank you for that. Yep. Like I said, I've been out of work for almost a year now. So it's gonna be nice to get back to work finally because it's been rough, yo. My bills are like a couple of months behind. My credit has pretty much tanked. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy time trying to crawl out of this hole. But you know, I'm still here. Still got my health for the most part. So all I can do is take it one day at a time, man. One day at a time. How was the movie Thinner? I enjoyed it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, James. There was not enough Haley Steinfeld in that movie. That movie should have had more Haley Steinfeld. But other than that, it was a great movie. But not nearly enough Haley Steinfeld because she was like the best part of that movie, and it wasn't enough of her in the movie. So I'm just saying. But it was a great movie. It was a good movie. It's in a different company than IT. Well, it's different from the company I was working for. Yeah, I mean, it's a different company for me. I'm not gonna put the company on blast of who I'm working for because I don't put that part of my life out there like that. But just know I am going back to work soon, so that's cool. LLB from the 11 Pro Max, 17 Pro Max. I've upgraded each year, but I did regret the 13 and 15 Pro Max. If I did not develop this habit, I would be on the 14 Pro Max right now. Yeah, and here's the thing, like, right? Obviously, I've been a tech creator for 7 years. So I used to upgrade it every year because I was a tech creator and I can afford to. But now that I'm not making tech content as much anymore, I'm making more sports content these days. I don't know if I'm gonna feel as compelled to upgrade this year. Now, I am still a tech snob. So in that way, I always feel like I need the latest and greatest. So I still might do it, assuming how my finances look. But I don't feel as compelled to upgrade this year as I've had in the past. So, I mean, there's a chance that I won't upgrade this year. There's definitely a chance that I will not upgrade to the new iPhone because that's just like, it's like, again, when you're unemployed for a year, you really figure out real quick what you need and don't need. So we'll see. See, that makes sense. You watch a lot of tech videos. Yeah. I'm in the Midwest, yo. I'm in the Midwest. Yeah, I'm in the US. I'm in the Midwest. But yeah. But yeah, that makes sense to how you found me then. So that's cool. YouTube is recommending. The YouTube recommendations are working properly. So that's pretty cool. Yo, Janosis, what's up, man? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well, my guy. Appreciate you being here, dude. What's going on with you? I see y'all just had a election in Canada, and I saw some of the reaction to it. I think some people are happy with the results. Some people are not happy. I have no idea what it means because I'm not in Canada. I don't keep up with politics like that either way. But hopefully whatever's going on up there will work out for y'all. But yeah, I just thought y'all had an election up there. Joseph, I'm getting a 17 Pro. Looking forward to a better camera, especially the telephoto. With a kid, I'm now taking more photos than ever. Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, with the kids, you got to do it, yo. You got to do it with the kids. You got to. It's Wednesday. It's not Tuesday. It's Wednesday. It's definitely Wednesday. But yeah, we here, yo. We here. LLB, since I do feel though OEMs should go back to releasing devices every 2 to 3 years. Go back to when were they doing that? Bro, as long as I've been in tech, they've been releasing devices every year. I don't know a single OEM that releasing the phone every couple of years. It's like every year. I wish they would release phones every 2 to 3 years. That'd be great. That'd be lovely. We don't need a new iPhone every year. We really don't. Because iPhones don't change that much year over year. I wish Apple would go to an every other year release cycle. I wish they would. They won't, but I wish they would. That'd be great, yo. That'd be great. So James says, how many subs on the Bear channel? So we just crossed 1,000 on the Bear channel. So we're like, right now, like I'm at 1,020 on the Bear channel. So that channel's growing, doing well. I'm over there every Monday through Friday making content. So appreciate you asking. But yeah, Bear channel's going good. We're growing. We're doing it, man. We're doing it. Joe says, I don't care. I voted, but a government doesn't determine my outcome. You know what, Joe? I wish more Americans had that mindset, but they are worried about who's in office. And I'm just thinking to myself, bruh. The president does not affect your day-to-day life. More like the president, I mean, yeah, they can affect something, but by and large, the president of the United States, who they are, is not going to affect your day-to-day life as an American. I'm sorry, it's just not. But people acting like they about to lose their doggies and stuff. Like, bro, get out of here. It's not, no. It's not. Ultimately, I don't think it's that serious, yo. It's not that serious. All right, Spike said, made my day hearing you're back in the game. Vyyyper about to go on a crazy run. We got you. Hey, man. Yeah, bro. Finally working again, man. Not having a job and not a good look. I don't recommend it. 0 out of 10. I do not recommend not having a job. I don't recommend it, yo. I don't recommend it. Joe says, I disagree. I don't upgrade every year, but when I do upgrade, I want a new phone, not one that was released 2 years ago. Give me that new ish. I mean, I guess, but again, like, I don't feel like we need a new phone every year. I just don't think we need a new phone every year. It's kind of crazy to me. But I mean, I guess it's good for the people that need phones. You know, whenever you need a new one, it's there. But like, dude, what are we doing? James says Apple needs to make $1 trillion from iPhone sales. Hell, they might have already, bro. I don't know. He said the stock market tanking doesn't make a difference for nor the president of the United States. Yeah, none of that. Well, yeah, mostly the stock market tanking doesn't make much of a difference usually, but I mean, it can have some effect on some other things. But yeah, whoever's sitting in the Oval Office is not going to make much of a difference on your everyday life. It's just not. Hey, thank you, my dude. I appreciate it, yo. Yeah, it's been a long road, man. It's been a long road, but your boy Vyyyper finally back in employment. Supposedly starting next Monday. Although I'm still trying to wait for confirmation for that. But yeah, Monday supposedly the starting date. So yeah, we out here, yo. We out here. Brad said, rough signal from where I am. Got to catch the replay. Well, catch the replay, my guy. Appreciate you dropping in as usual. Be safe out there, Brad. Be safe out there. Joe said the stock market tanking doesn't make a difference. What about investments, 401k, job cuts? James, you're bugging. Yeah. The stock market makes a little bit of a difference. Like, it might not make like a huge immediate difference, but it does make a difference to like the economy and things like that. So that's a little bit more serious. But who's sitting in the office? Yeah, that doesn't make much of a difference in your everyday life. Not really. But yeah, stock market, yeah, that makes a little bit more of a difference. All right. So we got 18 people watching. I appreciate all of y'all dropping in and hanging out. Thank you for tuning in. If you are willing and able to help your boy Vyyyper get back to work with some funds and some donations, there is a link pinned to the top of your live chat that you can use to donate via PayPal if you're willing and able. I would love for y'all to help your way out and donate if you can. Again, still struggling with the finances, so any donation, no matter how big, how small, will be greatly, greatly appreciated. So if you are willing and able, donating via PayPal is much better for me than you super chatting. So I know a lot of YouTubers usually ask for super chat. I mean, that's cool. But for me, donating via PayPal is better for me because I get more of your money. I get more of it, and I get it quicker. So if you are willing and able, please use the link that's pinned at the top of the chat to donate via PayPal if you're willing and able. Again, no matter how much you want to donate, doesn't matter. As long as you donate something, greatly appreciated. But again, you're not required to, but it just helps your boy out greatly in my financial hardship. So thank you all. And for those of y'all that have donated, thank you for donating. Appreciate it. Yeah, more collectors calling for asking for money I don't have. Gotta love it. All right, moving on. Ron said, will Tesla bounce back? I think Tesla will be fine, yo. Oddly enough, you know the funny thing, right? Because Elon is so buddy with Donald Trump, and because Teslas are made mostly here in the U.S., Tesla is going to be one of the few companies that are not impacted by the tariff. So I just think that might end up benefiting them in the long run if these tariffs do take root at some point. Tesla is going to benefit greatly because they won't have to change their pricing. Other auto manufacturers that are not made here in the U.S. are going to have to adjust. Tesla won't. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out in the long run too. So be on the lookout for that. Brad, I'm looking forward to the iPhone Air from my mom. Having a single camera, I think, will be easier for her, so she's not confused by tons of lenses and such. A larger screen necessary for old eyes too. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Listen, man, the reason why iPhone is as popular as it is because it was rooted in simplicity, the ease of use, and that appealed to a large number of people. So if you have an iPhone that has less complications to it, that is going to appeal to a large amount of people. I would argue most of Apple's customer base prefers simplicity over complexity. So yeah, and a more simple iPhone is definitely going to benefit most of Apple's customer base. Although again, I don't know how many people need a thinner iPhone, but an easier to use iPhone is always going to be a win for the Apple customer in general, for sure. Bro, job layoffs are happening all over the industry, man. It's crazy. Like, even still, layoffs are everywhere, bro. Everywhere. It's ridiculous, man. All right, Elvis says, where are we at? Elvis says, just check the current value of USD and it just keeps going down. Good for us over here. Yeah, man, because the damn tariff, bro. Like, it's like the dollar is not what it used to be, yo. The dollar is not what it used to be. Kind of crazy. He said, "What did Kanye West do to you?" Well, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about Kanye West? I don't know. What are you talking about? All right, Jonathan, just getting here. The title of the stream might have been talked about already. In my opinion, similar iPhones don't matter to me. Maybe to others, like women with society cruelty with pockets. Yeah. So I guess we got a lot of people here. So let me go back and recap. Then we got new people in here. So earlier we were talking about the thinner iPhones, and I was reading an article from 9 to 5 Mac, which I kind of now don't have at the. I kind of knocked it out. Well, let me bring it back here. Okay. Okay. No, that's not it. Hold on. Let me go back and find it. All right. So 9 to 5 Mac put out this article talking about how the iPhone will be a hit for 3 reasons or whatever. Why the hell? Okay, crap. So just to recap for the people that just walked in. So according to 9 to 5 Mac, the iPhone 17 Air will be a massive hit for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, the ultra thin design. And in this picture right here, you got Sam Cole from Apple Trap holding a dummy iPhone 17 Air next to a current iPhone 16 Pro. And you see how thin the Air is compared to the Pro. But again, if the phone is going to be thin at the expense of other features, I don't know how interested I am in a thinner iPhone. Not to mention the cost. It's probably going to cost a pretty penny as well. So I don't know. But yeah, you got the ultra thin design. And then reason number 2 is a 6.6 inch display. So it's a larger display on a thinner body. So that might help a few people out into I think I think to Jonathan's point about women having small pockets. Excuse me. To the ladies that have small pockets or no pockets, having a thinner phone will definitely benefit them. So that's cool. And the 6.6 inch display for the older people that need a bigger screen but need a smaller phone in general. That's cool. I can understand that. But the third reason was feels like the future. I'm sorry. A thin phone does not feel like the future automatically, especially if it's going to be missing features. If you're coming to me with a phone that's thin but it only has one camera lens, that ain't the future, bro. That is not the future to me, yo. My phone has 3 lenses, okay? A phone with one camera lens is not going to feel like the future. I don't care how thin it is. Get out of here with this. Miss me with this crap completely. So I don't know about that. Maybe for somebody that hasn't upgraded their phone in like 3 or 4 years, it could feel like the future, sure. But for me, not so much. But again, I am a tech snob. I upgrade every year usually. So I guess I'm not in the conversation that Joe keeps trying to tell me. Vyyyper, you're not the target audience, bro. You're not the target audience, Vyyyper. But yeah, so that was the 9 to 5 Mac article about the thinner iPhone. I don't know if we need one. Again, my argument about thinner iPhones is that you're sacrificing some features to make it thinner. And do I really want to do that? I don't, but maybe some people are okay with that. We'll see. And that price point. I surmise that phone is going to start at around $900 because the iPhone 16 starts at $800 and the iPhone 16 Pro starts at $1,000. So if you got one phone that's starting at $800, the other one starts at $1,000, and then you got the Air in between, that means that phone is going to start at $900 potentially. Tentatively, it could start at $900. What? $900 for that thin ass phone that's going to be missing features? I don't know, bro. I don't know. But hey, maybe it's for you. It ain't for me though. It ain't for me. Janelle says Apple probably advising achieving those smaller or slimmer designs. Okay, let me read this again. I can't read. Apple is probably achieving those slimmer designs with that new battery check found in OnePlus and battery check. I'm going to assume you mean battery tech found in OnePlus and other Asian phones. Oh yeah, I think we were talking about that earlier. I think you talking about the what is it, the silicone carbide or whatever it is. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. All right, let me go back up here and make sure I didn't miss any chat. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? They do? Mercedes-Benz make their cars in Alabama? Well, maybe some of their cars. I don't think they make most of the cars. I don't think they make it in Alabama, make it in the U.S. But that's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought they were all foreign, I guess. I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Joe says if tariffs continue, the economy will tank, which is bad for everyone, including Tesla. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. James said the Apple iPhone 17 Air is the upgrade from the 16e. I mean, I don't know if it's an upgrade. It's just the newer version of the iPhone. But I mean, obviously, yes, it is a better phone than the 16e. But yeah, I got you. Let's see. No man, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping in. Jay Grizzly said women don't use pocket for phones though. Most are in a bag or a hoodie. That is the fact. That is true, bro. Most women do not carry their phones in a pocket because again, their pockets are usually too small to support phones. So yeah, you are completely right about that. That's not how that works. No doubt. All right, let me down there. All right, let's see. Let me go back up here. All right. Subham says, do you know about CEX? I don't know if they're in the US, but it's here in the UK, and they have a lot of tech products, and they also provide 5-year warranty on all tech phones. Should I get it from there? I've heard of this vaguely. I don't know too much about it, to be honest. I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I don't know too much about it. So if anybody in the chat knows more, feel free to let them know. But I'm not an expert on that, so I'm not sure. LLB says most women have their phones in their back pockets. No, they don't. Most women carry their phones in the purse, bro. At least my girlfriend carries her phone in the purse, yo. It's rare that she carries her phone in the pocket. It's very rare. BG said Bengate all over again. Right, exactly, right. You talking about thinner iPhones, yo. We talking about Bengate, fam, yo. Hey, we gotta be careful, yo. Don't let Lou get his hands on it, bro. Because if Lou gets his hands on it, bro, we call it another international incident, fam. Gonna be another international incident, bro. Lou gets his hand on the phone. Don't do that, yo. Don't do that. Joe said even cars made in the U.S. use imported parts, some of which cross the border multiple times, which means tariff will hit them multiple times. Is a hot mess. Yes, that is correct. Even though your car is made in the U.S., if it imports parts from outside of the U.S., yeah, then those parts are going to be tariff, and yeah, it's going to be it's a hot mess, bro. It's all bad. It's a mess. It's all bad. I don't know. I'm not going to make that assumption. It's a possibility, but I'm not going to make that assumption because Apple learned their lesson. Well, we hope anyway that Apple learned their lesson from 2013 with Bengate or whatever year that was. They should have learned their lesson from the iPhone 6. Actually, it was 2014. Hopefully they learned their lesson. So I don't know if we're going to have that problem this year. I think they're going to use a stronger frame and make sure they avoid any Bengate issue because that's the last thing they want is another Bengate. They don't want Bengate 2.0. They don't want that, fam. They don't want that. I promise you, they don't want that, fam. They don't want it. Apple does not want the smoke. They don't want the Bengate smoke, bro. They don't want the Bengate smoke. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Hey, if y'all got any other questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the chat. And I appreciate y'all being here and hanging out. So thank you for that. But yeah, man. Probably gonna let y'all go soon here. But again, if you are willing and able to help your boy out via PayPal, there's a link pinned at the top of your live chat box. Just click on the link and that will allow you to donate via PayPal. As I said earlier, it is much better for me if you donate via PayPal as opposed to super chatting via YouTube, because with PayPal, I get more of your money in a much faster time. I can get it almost immediately. When you super chat via YouTube, I can't get it right away because YouTube doesn't pay you unless there's $100 waiting for you, and it's very rare they have $100 waiting for me in my YouTube money. So yeah, super chat not the most efficient way to get paid out here today, but yeah. Either way, I appreciate y'all supporting and hanging out, and for those of y'all who have donated, thank you very much. All right, and like I say again, I'm probably gonna be going live for the next few days just so I can raise money. Because again, I need to raise more money to get to work next week. And right now it's not looking grim, not looking the best, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, definitely trying to raise more money to get to work. Because again, that's about gas and parking and all that stuff. It's just it's a thing. It's a whole thing. Not to mention bills and all that stuff. So yeah, trying to raise money to like at least help myself get out of the hole so I can survive the first week or so of work. So again, anybody can help. If you want to donate, feel free. Again, but you're not required. I know some trim be like, yo, pay me or donate or I'm gonna come get you now. We're not doing that here, bro. Your boy will figure it out one way or another. But any last question, comments before I let y'all go? Feel free to drop them in. Otherwise, I'm gonna give y'all Wednesday night back, and I'll probably see y'all tomorrow night because, like I said, we gotta keep trying to raise the money, yo. But hey, always down for a good conversation and hanging out with my people. So that's what's up, bro. That is what's up. I think let me make sure that there's nothing happening on the Twitter here before I let y'all go. Out here. Let's see. Anything else happening? Anything else going on? Let me go to the Apple list here. That's weird. Okay. Oh yeah, coffee talking gonna be in the morning. You know, 10 a.m. Eastern on Twitter as usual. I'll be there. I will definitely be there, bro. I will definitely be there. Yeah, you and me both, yo. You and me both. You and me both, my guy. You and me both. You ain't never lied. Wish it was for better reasons too, man. Let's see. Okay, if it looks like there's nothing else going on. Apparently Apple has an earnings call tomorrow. So that should be interesting. Janosin, to answer your question, yes and no. I am not going to be hosting it anymore past next week because again I'll be working. But I think there's going to be some other people that step in for me since I can't host. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it every day, but there will be some days that other people will host it when I'm not there because I'm not there. So yeah, it will live on. It probably just won't live on every day though, but it will live on though. I would say if you're not following Roberto, make sure you're following Roberto. He'll be hosting it. Brad will probably host it maybe if he can, but I would say follow Roberto for sure. Roberto Blake because he'll be hosting it more often than not when he's available. So definitely make sure you're following him if you're not. So yeah, that's up. Okay, let me yeah. Yeah. it kind of well, my hosting it is definitely going away because again, once I start my job, I can't host it anymore because I'll be working in the morning. So once I start, it's a wrap. So I will not be hosting anymore. So in that regard, it is going away. The Vyyyper led coffee talk is going away, but I think somebody else will pick it up and host it in my absence. So it should live on. Yo, what's up, Angelique? How you doing? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Appreciate you being here. LLB said, would you consider doing coffee talk perhaps on Sunday, Saturday, compiling and that and week's new topic? Probably not because again, if I'm gonna be working 5 days a week, I'm probably not doing a coffee talk on the weekend. My time off, so yeah, probably not gonna be doing that. He said, canceling coffee talk with bigger news than the tariff wars. That's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, man. When life change, you gotta adjust, bro. You gotta adjust. Yeah, Angelique. It's been 4 years. Kind of crazy. I've been hosting Coffee Talk for 4 years. I never thought it would last this long, man. I never thought it would last 4 years. But yeah, 4 years of doing Coffee Talk. Which is kind of crazy and kind of wild when you think about it. But yeah, 4 years of Coffee Talk. But yeah, all good things have to come to an end at some point. So some of the things keep going. Next week I will not be there to host in the festivities. But listen, I appreciate y'all making the time tonight. Thank you for showing up and showing out as y'all usually do. Be kind, be safe out there. And again, I'll probably be back tomorrow morning. Again, tomorrow afternoon, not tomorrow morning, or tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night. I don't know. But I'll be back tomorrow here. But again, I probably gonna be going live for a few days and see if I raise some money or whatever. But yeah. Hey, y'all enjoy your Wednesday, and I will catch y'all in a little bit. Peace.